All right, so this is how we put it on. We're going to work on our forehands. We're going to put our palm in here. We're going to tighten up these 3 straps. Just make them snug. Get them really tight on the hand. If you got a really small hand, we got a strap that goes there and there to form an X, what really locks you in. So as you can see, I've got the paddle straight up. So I'm going to work on a dink. I'm going to lay my wrist back. So in essence, this is how I want to hold my paddle. So when I drop my paddle down, or drop my training device down, make the stroke, this is the position I want to be in. As you can see, when I make this stroke, my wrist is locked up. It's not going anywhere. So now that pop-up is going to be a lot harder to hit when I train my muscles to hit the ball with my paddle like this. Also, I've got 0 grip pressure, so I'm not squeezing anything. So now I can hit a really light, controlled shot. And if you'll think about just having your palm follow the ball, that's really all you got to do. And what this is going to do is put our hinge back up here to our shoulder and not our wrist. So after we train ourselves with the Pickleball GameChanger, I'm going to pick my paddle up and I'm going to replicate the same thing. Remember, my wrist was back. Now it's back in that same direction, that same angle. Now I'm going to drop the paddle down just like I did with this. And I'm going to learn to use my shoulder to be the hinge to make this shot. If I can train myself to hit this way versus that way, or from here down, if I can keep that wrist stabilized, I can hit a steady, consistent ball, and I can also lay back the paddle even more to change the trajectory of the ball to hit a lower shot. So that's the idea behind the Pickleball GameChanger. So these are just basic dinks so that I can get my shoulder involved, keep my elbow out. Here we go. I can lay back a hair more. And what I'm going to do here is get a little bit of topspin on it. I'm going to brush up the back of the ball. Other thing to do is have your palm follow the ball. That'll keep your elbow out, right? Follow, shoulders a hinge, palms following the ball. Going to lay back a little bit, get a little more aggressive here. So this will be a little lower shot. See how it's coming down? I got it down to his ankles. He had trouble with it. All right, so we're going to work on a backhand. So what I did, put my hand in the other way, strap it in. What I'm going to do on the backhand is I'm going to preset the angle, not straight up and down. If I'm looking at a clock, that's about 1 o'clock or so. So on my cross-court backhand dink from the left side, this is where I want to be, in that locked and loaded position. So as you can see, all I have to do now is just to make the stroke, because my paddle is already set to hit cross court.